Which would you go for, the classic or the trendy? Hi everyone, welcome to the channel or welcome back. Today we are going to talk about two different types of styles. One is the classic evergreen style and the trendy style. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you why each style has a pro, like what's the benefit of going for a classic bag or even a trendy bag, and I'm also going to tell you the downside of selecting each of them. This is just a little like a chit chat, but it's also stemming from a lot of questions from all of you. Which one should you go for? I know today's luxury world, there are a lot of trendy bags and they are so fun and they just bring out a lot of our personality. But there is also the big group out there that still goes for the classic. So in today's video, I just want to give you my personal opinion because I have both classic bags. I love my classic bags, but I also love my trendy bags. This is just one of them. So if you enjoy this kind of Luxe Chit Chat comparing handbags, I do hope you're subscribed if you're not, and hit that notification bell as well. Otherwise, without further ado, let's talk about these bags. I'm going to start off with why you should go for classic bags, and this is an example of a classic bag. This is the Chanel flap. The version that I have is in small caviar gold hardware. This is classic. This has been in Chanel's collection for decades, and it's a classic because it's been around. It's timeless. It's something that Chanel continues to make every single season. And a lot of people love it. So it's a classic in that sense. Now, there are also other classic bags from other brands. Fendi has their classic. Hermes obviously has their classic Birkin and Kelly. Those are classic bags. Bags that have been around for a while. Not just came out, like a while. They constantly get repeated. And, you know, my sort of like time frame for something that's classic is at least it's got to be around for 20 years, or at least have been produced consistently for the past 20 years, and it's still very sought after. So something that's at least that old, okay, and it's still made. So this is classic. The the Fendi Baguette, that's a classic bag. There is also obviously the Hermes Kellys and Birkins, and even the Speedy Neverfull. Those are classic bags. And that brings me to the point, why go for something that's classic? It's timeless. It's always been around. It's evergreen. Everyone knows it. You know, it's something that the luxury house continues to make. It's popular for that reason. It's tried and tested, and most importantly, it's steady. Something that you can rely on. It's always going to suit most of your outfits. It's just there. And also there is that element of steady price increases, because you're talking to 20 years, right? Every single year it's going to go up in price. And for something so expensive, the benefit of going for something classic is that it retains its value. People still want to go for it. It's so much more expensive today than previously. And if you were to ever think about selling it, you know there's a market for it. Classic bags are so great. Why go for the trendy bag? Well, look at it. It's fun. It's unique. It's a personality bag. It is one of a kind. It's limited. And if it's a popular one, it's going to resell so much more in the resale market. So trendy bags have that element of being present right at this time. It has that fun aspect to it. It can be flamboyant, and it really allows your personality to shine through, because you know, when you carry a classic bag, sometimes it can be boring, right? Everyone is just that standard bag. But with a trendy bag that's only here for one season, it really speaks to you. Or for this case, it really speaks to me. I feel so much joy when I carry this bag. It's not something that everyone has. So definitely, that's one main reason why I would go for a trendy bag. It's that uniqueness of it. And you know, one more good thing about trendy bags is that they could eventually be a classic. So one time, long time ago, this was a trendy bag, and now it's become a classic. So you're making a bet when you buy a trendy bag. This could turn out to be a classic bag in the future. I doubt this one will, but I'm just Just giving an example that a classic bag, a trendy bag, could eventually turn out to be a classic bag. Some examples would be like the Chanel 19 or even the Chanel boy bag. It's been around for quite a few years. Would it be around for the next 15 years? I know only time will tell. And some bags get reborn, they come resurface again, and they become even hotter later. So trendy bags, they are that, I guess, riskier investment that is a little bit of fun. I did say earlier why classic bags are like a no-go, why you shouldn't go for them. Because they're boring, right? Every bag looks about the same. They're not fun. They are pretty standard, steady, just that kind of road that for some, it is boring. And it doesn't really let your personality shine through, especially if you're that fun person and you got such a serious looking bag or such a classic looking bag. It can be, it's just may not really go with your personality. It's steady, it's safe, but at the same time, boring, right? On top of that, because it's been around for so long, in the market, there are so many of it. It's kind of oversaturated. How many classic flaps are there in the world? So many. Even though you can go to the store and say, sold out, sold out, sold out, when you go to the resale market, oh my gosh, you throw a stone, there is a classic bag out there. It's not a bad thing, but if you're thinking about a classic bag, a lot of people have classic bags, whether it's the classic flap or the speedy or the neverfull. So this oversaturation of classic bags, because people want bags that are safe, timeless, standard, what do you call it, steady, they hold its value. It also means it's very popular and a lot of people have it, therefore it's oversaturated and you just look like everyone else. So that's the downside of getting classic bags. The downside of the trendy bag, the trend dies. It's no longer trendy. This is outdated. You don't want to be carrying this bag anymore. It's sort of like wearing bell-bottom jeans. Today, nobody wears bell-bottom jeans. Though the trend will come back, it always does, carrot jeans, high-top jeans, all of that, it will come back. Okay, skinny jeans, the one below your waist, it'll all come back. But you gotta wait for the trend to come back before this becomes trendy again. Not that we need to wear trendy bags when the trend is in, but some things do look dated. I'll give you an example, another one. The Fendi Spy bag with the big locks and just very, very elaborate. It's not trendy anymore. I won't carry that bag. So that's the risk of carrying a trendy bag. It's just not popular anymore for everyone else, like the trend outside there. Even if you don't follow the trend, you like the trendy bag, but you're not following the trend, you could be sick of the bag. You're just sick of it. I'm not sick of it. I don't want rhinestones anymore. It's not my style anymore. It's too bling. I've outgrown this style. I've outgrown the trend. It's just not me anymore. I have changed. So that's the issue with buying something that was fun at that time, that brought out your personality. But we're humans. We change over time. Our tastes change. So does our love towards our trendy bags. So that's the risk compared to the classic bags, which is steady. You might grow to love it over time. This is something that it's at its peak, your love, your puppy love, it's intense. But then maybe after a while you're sort of like, maybe not anymore, huh? And then you're stuck with a very, very expensive trendy bag. That could be the downside. This next point may not hold true for all trendy bags, but I do find that trendy bags don't have the attention to detail and the love compared to classic bags. It's maybe not made as well. When I look at my classic flap, when I took this classic bag out from the box and I stared at it and I looked at every quilt and every puff and every stitch and every corner, I was wowed by the quality. This is what an expensive bag should look like, should feel, should smell, should just give off that entire luxeness of it. It was really amazing. Then when I look at a trendy bag, not this one, this is pretty well made. I was actually quite impressed. But I can tell you the attention to detail for a classic bag and a trendy bag, it's definitely not as perfect. Like I don't know, I would just say maybe the exact sequin is not 100% aligned. I'm just making that up right now, but it could be little things like that. It maybe the zip is it doesn't go all the way to the end. This one does, but it's, LV does do that quite a bit. So with that, you got this kind of little bit of not absolutely perfect. The attention to detail on trendy bags sometimes is not there. Not all the time, okay, but sometimes. And I feel like it's because one is the price point. Also, it's a bet for the luxury house as well. Do they want to put as much attention to a trendy bag, which is only maybe for one season or that one launch, compared to something that everyone is willing to pay lots and lots of money for, and they can charge it. So the attention to detail sometimes for trendy bags, that's the downside. You probably need to inspect several of them before you can pick the perfect one. I'm going to end today's video by weighing out my personal choice for picking classic and trendy bags. For me, it is a 80-20 rule now, because I've been buying luxury for so long and I have bought a lot of trendy bags, lost a lot of money when I sold them. Over time, I didn't stop buying trendy bags, but I am more careful on getting them. If something is at the right price, I know that I can enjoy and have fun with, I'll bite the bullet and get it. But I'm kind of sticking more to the classic bags just because personal aesthetic has changed, personal preference has changed. I'm fine with the boring right now. I am fine with looking like everyone else, because I think when it comes to luxury, having something timeless and something that I could, I don't have kids, but I could pass down, I could give away, I could sell later on, is comforting to know. But I would still get the trendy bag if the price is right, there's a gap in my collection. So I kind of maybe use a 70-30 rule. There is actually like an 80-20 rule, but I do enjoy trendy bags, so I'm going to use like 70-30. For every 7 classic bags, I want to make sure I have some trendy bags to play around with. So I am going to be doing a luxury collection soon. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but yeah, I'm going to do that right now. And you can see that my collection is a mix. I have my classic bags, but I do have my trendy bags as well. Before you go, comment down below, are you team classic or are you team trendy? I would love to see what is everyone's vote. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, I do hope you give it a thumbs up. I do hope you will also subscribe. I'd love to see you back on this channel. Otherwise, everyone, please take care, you stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!